Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for having these hearings because I'm learning so much from each hearing and each witness is coming out. And CCP censorship and disinformation is dangerous to Chinese citizens and democracy. It is alarming and disheartening to hear about Chairman Xi's tactical and propaganda campaign against its own people. I'm not going to read my introduction, but I want to just go straight to the question. Ms. Wang, you've been talking about the more transparency for data related to social media, and then you said that we need transparency law. United States is very transparent. The problem is CCPs. So how and what kind of transparency law is going to be really helpful?
I mean, I would say, one, you can have a law to force TikTok to be transparent about what kind of information it's promoting, it's censoring, it's suppressing, especially if those kind of actions are taken in response to foreign governments' requests. So that's a very clear example. If there's a law that says that you have to do that, then TikTok has to disclose that information. Then we all know we can discuss based on that kind of information. That's just one example.
Well, we can do that, but they're not really releasing it because we have a lot of problems, just universities. UC Berkeley received $220 million from CCP, never reported. So my bill is coming up next week. But, not just that, for all the ports, same thing too. They're controlling our cranes, and they're controlling data tracking systems, and they're doing it. No matter what kind of law that we create here, it's very tough to CCP to respond. And we don't have any problem with Chinese people. We have a problem with CCP. So, we really have to study a little more about that. So, I was like, I kept thinking about it, that how can we have them to become transparent? Because nothing's transparent, about CCP. And not only that, they're just investing so much. They're the one building all these infrastructures. Africa. And how about Indo-Pacific region, all these poor countries, we're talking about Indonesia, Malaysia, and other countries. And at the same time, South America. But they're the one building it, and these countries cannot pay for it. Then they're the one controlling it. So it's very important that we work together, our allies, and we can go out there that stand up to actually the CCP. So, Mr. Garnell, that your comments on Taiwan, although not surprising, cannot be ignored. You stated that Chairman Xi is working to position the U.S. as the aggressor should the CCP invade Taiwan. They are ready to do it in 2027. How will they use misinformation to achieve this goal? And who will be used as a pawn in the CCP's plan to invade Taiwan, and what do we need to know to prevent these actions?
I think the first job is to read the signals clearly that are coming out of China, to hear and understand and read Xi Jinping's words in context and understand what he is saying. I think that often the Chinese Communist Party is most effective in shaping narratives, not necessarily by what it promotes, but what it suppresses, and its ability to impose a cost on people who want to talk about these problems and challenges. So I think one of the most important things that can be done is to shine a light, to support people who, like my colleagues here, courageously taking risks to talk about these challenges, and to do a much better job of caring, learning, focusing, paying attention, and understanding the historical context and the political context for how China is speaking, so you don't get caught in these discourse traps.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a question to Dr. Yu, but I'm going to just submit as a written request.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Jimenez, a true